Hello and welcome to Between Sessions. I'm Shauna Wilder, licensed professional counselor and certified holistic sex therapist. And I know what you're thinking, but no, I didn't actually have the best sex last night.
Every time.
Every time.
It's like clockwork.
Damn. And with me, as always, is Sid, the producer.
Hello, all.
Hi, Sid. My wonderful little dark ray of sunshine.
I'm here today.
How's it going?
You're lucky I'm wearing dark because I'm very pale this week.
I got some sun.
I am a ray of sunshine right now. I'm very much just aware of how light I am.
You're like an inside dweller.
Yeah.
You've got that look, you know.
I've definitely got cave dweller feel right now going on.
If you weren't so pink, you'd be kind of transparent. Like I could see like the blood pumping through the like those little cave fish that you can just see their inside.
The girls who take my blood like my skin. Because compared to the pink, like the blue is very obvious. Yeah. They love it.
I bet. No kidding.
They are very much about it.
That's great. Well, at least you're not like, Sid the pincushion when you go in. That sucks.
It happened to me one time and I was like, all right, no more tanning. Like, I'm done with this. Being outside is awful.
It's not. You're also just a collection of freckles anyways. So like if you tan, they'd probably just like grow together.
They don't. There's white spots.
Oh.
I didn't realize this until I was like 10 one
you
summer.
have like dead melanin spots.
Yeah, so there's like spots that are white. Like there's a proportionate amount of white spots for like when I'm pale, the dark spots.
Sexy.
So it's like crazy seeing just like white spots like just randomly through the thing.
So fun. You're like reverse polka dotted.
But I had a funeral this week, so that was a lot of fun.
That's right, you did.
I did. That's why we're late.
What are your feelings about that?
It was pretty brutal. Like the idea, because he was only 42, which sucks. But I've known him since the 6th grade.
Sure.
Like he's just really, really long.
Yeah.
But he's also been he was always really tall. Like I kind of like, I was old for my grade. So like in the 6th to 7th grade, I hit my growth spurt. I'm like pretty much the same height I am right now.
Okay.
Like I kind of hit my growth spurt and then like maybe another 1.5 inches after 30, something like that. Or like just something crazy. He got to 6'2" in the 7th grade.
Jeez, Pete.
And just kind of, I just always looked up to him. So I've always thought that he was just tall.
Sure.
And his brother senior year, he hit like 6'2", 6'3", but it took him a long time. He was sitting at like 5'6" for a long time. So it's very weird how that dynamic worked out. His brother's now 6'5". He was 6'9".
Wow.
So I'd always considered him like a tall person.
Sure.
But I'd never put it in perspective of NBA basketball player. And he was just a big guy. He was just a fully figured guy. And so they don't know what happened to him. So that really sucks.
That does suck.
But at the same time, I'm like,
I think
after like 6'3", there's like a lot of strain. There's a lot of health issues. There's a lot of things that come along with it.
Sure.
He didn't have the easiest life, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. But seeing all the people, I had like 20 people I went to school with show up.
Wow.
Which is nuts.
Wow.
Because we are all adults like doing things in our lives. So that was pretty cool.
But everybody like remembered and wanted to kind of, do you think everybody was like still friends and in touch?
Some of them were.
Wow. That's kind
Some of them were. He had moved to DeSoto.
Yeah.
And like there was a shocking amount of coworkers out there also. So he actually got called, he lived alone out in DeSoto and he did I don't want to say electrical work. It was like IT work for somebody. Yeah. Like he was putting in data things like that.
Okay.
And his company actually called the wellness check because he didn't show up for one day. And he's like, they're like, this isn't the thing. Right. Yeah. They're like, this is not a thing.
Sure.
And so they,
not the first time I've heard of that.
Found him pretty quick, but
Oof. I had a kind of distant family member that his brain cancer got diagnosed that way.
Wow.
He overslept and didn't go into work, and they were like, something happened. And called his wife, like, we haven't heard from him. And she goes home and he's like still asleep in the bed. And she's just like, what's going on with you? And a bunch of other things. But that's how it got diagnosed.
Wow.
So it's not... It's not outside of the norm, I guess I'm saying, to like actually kind of view some work environments as somewhat of a support system.
Yeah.
Some people get lucky like that. Some people
live for it.
Really give a crap. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
second family.
That's very true.
Yeah. It's wild. It was crazy because there was like because he didn't have kids.
Yeah.
He had just gone through a divorce like 3 years before. So I think he like kind of went back to drinking, but it it was very nice to see all the people that were there and see how many people he actually affected. For somebody who was just such a loner and just kind of, he was just such a really nice guy. So it was a lot of fun.
That is good.
Shout out to Restland in Dallas.
Okay.
That they're keeping it clean.
Did they have to find a special coffin?
It was huge. If that's the question you're asking.
Did they come in extra large?
I don't know if it was any bigger than a regular coffin, but it was
pretty big.
It was big.
Did they have this? They did graveside, right?
They did graveside.
Yeah, was that weird?
So weird. I don't understand the graveside thing. I just don't understand it. Like, I get, like, growing up in the South, you come from church culture.
Yeah.
We go to the church. We do the thing. We memorialize somebody's life and existence and do the whole thing. They didn't do that, which, given how agnostic our friend group was, makes sense.
Probably a good idea.
Right. If anything, it was for the mom or the grandma, because his parents died long ago. And, but it's just super weird. That whole, like, burying, like, doing the thing next to the burial plot freaks me out.
It's very strange.
It makes it real.
Yeah. It also, I think, doesn't allow anybody any kind of privacy with it. I mean, like, it's very real. It's very visual. It's very, like, visceral.
Yeah.
And you're just out there.
They didn't have a viewing.
They
didn't have the view. Like, we went to
show up to see him fall into the ground.
We didn't watch him get lowered. So that was okay for me.
Okay.
If they did, I left before that because I have been at a funeral where they lowered the body and then they brought the backhoe and pushed the dirt in and the family stood there and watched it happen. And I was like, this is traumatizing. Never again. I didn't know any better. I was probably 17, 18.
Yeah.
So I didn't know any better. I was like, I don't think this is right.
Right.
And now as a 42-year-old man, I'm like, no, that's gross.
Was that your first funeral ever?
Absolutely not. Conveniently enough. I grew up in Plano during the heroin epidemic. So I had a black suit before I went to church. But one of the other people in this group was one of the first people in Texas to Jeremy spoken. He shot himself in the bathroom across the hall from where I was at.
Oh, wow.
But he's buried in Westland or Restland.
Yeah.
So it was like right across the thing. I was like, wait a minute. I've definitely been here before. And we all were like 15, 14. So it was like super young.
That's so hard.
Like finding people that could drive was the hard part to get out there.
I need a ride to the funeral.
Oh. Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Woof.
I've been to a few funerals, unfortunately.
Yeah, it changes a person, you know. Especially like the earlier.
It definitely shows you how many people you affect.
Yeah.
Especially like this time, I was like, everybody's like in their 40s. Like people had to get off work, people had kids, all this stuff.
I mean, like understanding the loss of a person, like that changes you as a person going
Understanding
forward.
that people can be lost. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like I'm never going to see that person again.
It's like I read something somewhere years ago. I don't remember if it was an article or what, but they were talking about how the first time that you love someone, the first time you fall in love is like the hardest and most perfect you will ever love, because after that, you always have a concept in the back of your mind that this is going to end potentially. And so you love in a different sort of way with that in mind, kind of thing, right? And I think it's that way with death as well. Like you start a relationship with someone or you experience, ties to family members. And then after you experience your first funeral, it's like, oh, not everybody I know is going to be around forever. I need to, and it means something to you. Like it changes the way that you relate to people.
Or the more people
outlook.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go to more funerals.
Yeah.
So I just stopped knowing more people.
Sure.
I had a disproportionate amount of people in my group die, unfortunately.
So back to attachment styles.
He's an avoidant. Who knew?
That's right. Gee, who could have guessed that was going to be the outcome for young Sydney?
Who knew that he was like, nah, I don't want to meet more people. That's just more funerals I have to go to.
Thanks. No new friends.
But if you go to funerals before you go to weddings, it makes weddings much different.
Yeah.
So like I've always like had this weird interlacing of like funerals and marriages because I'm like, it's kind of the same.
It's kind of the same vibe. Yeah.
Like we're kind of pulling the same because eventually you get to the reception where everybody's like
Well, do you remember the wedding, like, finale episode of like Dwight and Angela of The Office?
Yeah.
Where they had them stand in their own grave. So,
everybody's like, that's super weird. I'm like,
it's not though.
I'm going to be honest. I've almost been to those weddings.
I also frequently tell my clients that it's matching, hatching, and dispatching that always drives family members crazy. So marrying, giving birth, and dying. In those 3 life events, you will see your family members lose their goddamn minds very often. And like, that's where just like their ego just like, or no, more like the id just like comes out. And they're just like self-involved. You'll see people's, like their ego, their needs, like take over other people's needs, you know. So think about all the crazy stories. Exactly. Think about all the crazy stories we hear from like estranged family members, or like, you know, my sister acted out at my wedding, or my mother-in-law's losing her mind because I'm having a baby, or my siblings are fighting over the bequeathment or whatever.
Yeah.
Like those 3 places are where we just lose it. Like the existential of everyday life just like breaks down, and we become these like base creatures just squabbling over whatever. I don't know, ourselves, I guess, while
we're working through the grief of not working through the grief.
So speaking of grief, today is going to be the last episode of Between Sessions. Why? Story time, everybody.
It's because she doesn't like me.
I'm sick of Sid. And I'm moving on. I can't. I'm going to ghost him after this episode.
She deleted my number already.
Which I'm sure
I tried to reach out this morning.
Flack for, because you're not supposed to ghost anybody. No, okay. So this is going to be a little bit of an extended story time. So if you're not interested, you can skip ahead. We are going to be doing some listener emails. But here's the deal. Okay. So back in, let's see, January 31st of 2025. I don't know if that's correct.
I can't be it right.
That's what they stated. I got a direct message on my Instagram account from someone by the name of Eliza Boquin. And this is when I found out, I had previously not known this, that there is another podcast out there called Between Sessions. So a little bit of backstory here. When we were forming this podcast, Sydney and I, we also had a marketing expert helping us like set everything up and check out the branding, the visuals, all that kind of stuff, right? And
that's why it looks so good.
That's sure. Thanks, Kirkland, for the t-shirt today for Sydney.
I will take a sponsorship.
He got a 3-pack for $20. Anyway.
Fresh out the box.
So at that time, we were doing a lot of kind of like thinking about what we wanted our title to be. And podcasting is, let's just admit it, in 2026, kind of a saturated audience already, right? Like there's a lot of podcasts out there. So to try to find a unique name that nobody else had was a little bit of a stretch. We settled on Between Sessions for the podcast for a couple different reasons. Number one, we thought it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to either therapy sessions or like sexual sessions kind of thing. So we kind of thought, there was a little bit of a double entendre there, right?
Double entendre, yeah.
Yes, whatever you want to call it. We also tried to do our market research and search up iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, just Google searches for other podcasts named Between Sessions. And we found maybe 2 or 3 out there that had only a handful of episodes, and
they were old,
very old,
super old,
low viewership. And so we just kind of thought, hey, you know what? Close enough, right? So let's just go ahead and use this name and move forward with it.
Well, we honestly also didn't know how many people were going to like the show, so we didn't think we would stir any feathers because, you know, if you're a stale pond, you know, nobody cares.
Exactly. Also, I should say, it's never really been my intent, and it's not really now, to turn this into like a money generator kind of thing, right? So this wasn't meant to be, something to create income for either of us. This is more of an experiment. This is a lot more of, I just want to get some good content out there for people to kind of release some of the stigma around sex therapy. We had a lot of questions. A lot of the same questions were being brought up in our lives, and it just seemed like there wasn't enough resources online. Exactly.
So we wanted to give a place where you could ask the questions anonymously.
Right. Also, too, for me at least, listening to some other podcasts where they're just like, reading things off of Reddit and things like that, that's good for entertainment. But sometimes, I would hear some of the advice or the takes given, and I'm like, I might have a different take. Mm-hmm. Okay, given my therapeutic background, right? So I thought, okay, hey, cool. This is an area that I can expand in. Okay. But primarily, I am a working professional. I'm not a content creator. So for me, this was not my main kind of bread and butter. Let's put it that way.
We have made $2.38 up to this point.
Yeah. Well, who knew? I don't even know where that goes. Do we have a bank account linked to that? No,
I think they just kind of
I don't know where that goes.
They gave it to us.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we ran this past our marketing person, and then we just decided to kind of go full send with it. Okay. And so we did. So we started making content, and we had at least to start like a 20 episode commitment just to kind of have like proof of concept. Right. And today, I think this is episode 15.
Yeah, we're just like 5 shy from the first season.
So we've been on track. We've been enjoying it. We've been kind of like exploring the format, and that's been fantastic. So now back to what I was saying. In January, I got this. I think that was supposed to be January 2026. I don't know. I got this message from an individual person on Instagram. Okay. And it said, hey, just want to let you know, we have a podcast named Between Sessions, and we hold the trademark with it. Let me know if you have any questions. So that put me into a tailspin. And it's kind of like when you're going down the highway and you're going along in a good clip, and then all of a sudden you hit traffic and everything in front of you turns red and you have to screech to a halt and all your shit goes flying into the floorboard and you're frustrated. Yeah, this morning about 5 different times. But then after a while, the traffic clears and you move on, right? And you finally get to your destination. So, spoiler alert, we're going to get to our destination here. This won't be the end of the podcast. This will be the end of Between Sessions as a podcast, okay? So anyways, so that happened in January. At the time, I basically just went into research mode. I started looking up trademarks, trying to figure out, like, was this even something we needed? Do we have to worry about it? I learned, don't know if anybody else knows this, that it doesn't matter if your content is markedly different than some other podcast. If they've got a trademark on a podcast, it still stands.
It's the category.
Yeah. Trademark courts, I guess, don't care if there is a content difference, right? So while I was just kind of like figuring that out, we were still shooting episodes and whatnot. And then I got an email directly on March 6th. Okay. So just a couple months ago. And it said, Between Sessions podcast trademark notice. Hi, Shauna. My name is Eliza Boquin, co-founder of Melanin and Mental Health. So side note here, they have a company. It's by they, it is Eliza Boquin and Ebony Harris. They are 2 BIPOC women out of Houston, Texas. They are marriage and family therapists. One of them is a double licensed LPC and LMFT. Great. Good for you. Crushing it. Melanin and Mental Health is a referral network that they started. It's like a therapist index for BIPOC therapists. And you can join for $12.99 a month and be listed in the index. And that's great. I love that service for them.
We love building communities, no matter what it is.
Yes. Especially for BIPOC people. Like, if that is important to you to have someone as a therapist that's representative, great.
Who understands you, your dynamic, your culture, all the things.
Couldn't be happier about that. I'm a little confused personally as to why they had one name for their company and then another name for their podcast. I think I'd probably just pull them all under the same name, but that was their choice apparently. Okay.
They got the trademark.
They got it. They said, we previously attempted to reach you via Instagram direct message on January 31st, 2025. Don't think that's right. Via your at Frisco Sex Therapist account and wanted to follow up here. We are reaching out to let you know that Between Sessions podcast is a registered trademark held by Melanin and Mental Health. They give the trademark number, all that kind of stuff. Registered in 2022. Okay, January 25 of 2022. You can view the official record here. And she says, we are requesting that you discontinue use of this name going forward. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Respectfully, Eliza Boquin, Melanin and Mental Health, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they trademarked their name for their podcast in January 25th of 2022. I had no awareness that their podcast existed.
We couldn't find it when we were trying to choose the name.
Right. Even after the first notification, when we tried to search, it wouldn't come up in Spotify, YouTube, anything like that. The only way we could find it was through the Melanated Mental Health website to go to the podcast. And when you do that, the last episode that they posted, episode 139.
Ooh.
Yeah. But was September 2nd of 2022.
139, that's
so
pretty long.
They'd only had the trademark for about 9 months before they stopped shooting. And they had much more content before the trademark timeline.
Well, they could have also just renewed the timeline or renewed the trademark. They could have had one before it.
Maybe. I'm not really sure how often you renew.
Honestly, don't know enough about trademarks. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this situation. We now know how to search the trademark index, and we have done so.
But the reason I say that is because it makes me feel that kind of like us, maybe nobody told them in the beginning of starting the podcast, hey, you should invest in a trademark first, because our marketing expert didn't tell us. I have other friends who do their own podcast. Nobody suggested that. Okay. So nobody took me to the side and said, hey, bitch, do this first before anything else, or even search
before
this
you
first
commit to something.
Before you commit to something.
Right.
But we're just, so anyways, so here's the thing. Looking at it all, okay, they got us dead to rights.
Yeah.
I got it. That's
totally.
Also,
not dead to rights. They just have a right to the name. They're not wrong.
No, they're
100%.
not wrong. But so far, this has all been informal communication. None of this has come from any kind of legal representation or anything like that. So to avoid getting into any kind of legal mess, we decided this is a great opportunity to rebrand the podcast, rebrand my practice, and just embrace a big rebrand going forward, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Mitsubishi did it, Honda did it. Honda just did it.
Tons of people have done this in their lifetime, and survived and thrived. So I'm very optimistic about it.
I think it's a much stronger branding.
The only thing I want to say, the reason we're talking about it now is because the Between Sessions iconography, logos, all that kind of stuff, name is going to get sundowned and is going to be replaced with Love Wilder.
It started moving over probably last week.
Yes.
For any of those who are very observant.
Yes. You've probably already seen some of the logos changing and the social handles changing and things like that. So, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to put Sydney through the headache of going back and editing past episodes.
That's not true. I might. If I have time.
You're not.
We'll have off season.
We're not. Sydney, you might put a different bumper in front of it or something like that.
That's editing. That's new branding.
But not going through and deleting every space where we called it. That's
absolutely
crazy.
Not.
We can't do that, right? But we're 15 episodes in, and the and we're in the process of trademarking the new brand. We are. Did I not tell? Yeah, we're doing that. I've submitted the paperwork and everything.
We're being official.
Official. So this is the big move, the last kind of big move. But also the YouTube handle, like channel name has changed. So they will all now be under the new branding, but the first season of episodes are going to have some of the old branding still present on them. But they're no longer going forward going to be marketed under the old name. So just to run that down for everybody, what that means is we're still going to be doing, mostly the same format. We're going to add some new features. We're going to have guests.
We love.
It's going to be great. Obviously, the reason that we chose the name Love Wilder is to kind of like expand a little bit, but also kind of like narrow the focus a little bit more into, I feel like love is kind of like the connection point between sex and relationships. So I think that works for us.
And I think it's stronger branding for you.
Yeah. I was going to say, obviously, it having my last name is like, oh, hello. In
case anybody skips ahead in the first 15 seconds of every episode. She is Shauna Wilder.
That's right.
Just so everybody knows.
Big confusion.
I've
had a lot of confusion with that with my investment company. They're trying to figure out, like, is it your name or is it your company name? And so we've had a lot of weird back and forth.
It is her legal name. Like, it is on her driver's license.
We've had a weird back and forth between like the company name and your name just on my 401k and what we're doing with it. And I'm like, what does it matter? Both of them are on the bank account.
No, it does matter.
It matters.
It matters.
Anyways, so with this, here's what's going to be getting better. The advice format is going to stay the same. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to inviting guests that are related, sometimes to sex and relationships, sometimes not. Going to be just kind of like Joe Schmo for the most part. We're going to do cross promotion with other podcasts and other people who are social media creators, things like that.
They kind of like us now.
They do. So that's going to be fun. And we're
proof of concept. See,
we're probably going to reach out to some area people as well. Right.
Yeah.
So
Dallas is stockpiled full of people right now.
Dallas has got a lot going on for itself. So that's what's going to be coming up. I have a new website now, personally, where you can link to the podcast, but you can also link to my courses, my book, anything like that.
Or if you're in the North Texas area, she also has an actual practice.
That's right. You can book with me.
She's an actual practicing.
So the new website is lovewilder.net. Also on the website, I installed, I think it's called SpeakerPipe or SpeakPipe, a little button where you can directly, just like from the website, hit the button and say your question into the website.
Nice.
You don't have to dial a phone number or anything like that. So it's going to make it a lot easier for people to directly submit their like vocal questions.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Love that.
Yeah. So new website is lovewilder.net. The new email and that's another thing too. So we're just streamlining everything. The email for me as a therapist, courses, podcast, anything, any questions, any way that you want to reach us is just going to be lovewildershow@gmail.com. Okay.
Or at Love Wilder Show on all your platforms.
Right. Yes. That's another thing. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is all at Love Wilder Show. Okay.
Branding makes it look more professional.
That's right. See, we're just bringing it all together because I did have Frisco Sex Therapist and then Between Sessions podcast, and like trying to keep all these plates spinning was like too crazy. So we're just bringing them all under one roof, centralized, easy, streamlined.
Absolutely.
See, this is why I'm saying like sometimes things like this actually turn out and help you pivot for the best for your highest and greatest good, right? Phone number is going to stay the same though. If you want to manually call in, the phone number is still going to be 682-422-7732. So feel free to send whatever, right? So
let us know what you think of the name change. Call us, let us know, or leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you just want to call in and say that sucks, if you want to call in and
if you have
advice,
a better idea, leave it in the comment, because I would love to see some better ideas on this, because it was not easy.
Yeah, sure. We're open for any kind of constructive criticism, right?
Or let us know how you feel about having to change the whole name because somebody else has a podcast.
Sure.
It's fine.
But listen, if any of you would like to check out the other podcast or would like to be part of their Therapist Index, you can find Melanin and Mental Health at melaninandmentalhealth.com. Just go look that up.
If you're in Houston.
And I don't know if it's just for Houston.
That's true.
You know,
they're just based out of Houston.
Since it's an index, it might be nationwide. You might be able to search,
True.
I wasn't looking for that, so I didn't really explore it. But hey, I think that's a great resource out there.
I love that it's there.
Okay. So, well, it's bound to be better than psychologytoday.com.
Or
have you ever been on that?
No. Why would I go on psychology?
Brother, you should go look that up.
I would be pursuing a different degree if that were the case.
It's wild how many therapists think that a casual shot of them at home, like holding their dog, is a good idea for their cover photo, or every bio, little blurb for them starts with a question. Like 90% of them start with a question. Are you finding that life just isn't exciting anymore? do you struggle with depression? Do you want to have a more fulfilling life? Like, that's their opening line on like every bio.
Did they not watch like television, like network television during the day in the 90s? Because those are the questions you want to ask. Do you want to make more money? Right.
Well, you're going to kill me for this, but I'm on a r/therapist subreddit.
Of course.
And somebody was asking about psychologytoday.com profiles. And I said, I hate it when everybody's profile starts with a question. Somebody responded and said, that's what they taught us to do. And I said, who? And she said, you know what? I don't know who.
So
and
it's just everybody's just feeding into a thing.
So you don't even know where you got that information from, but you're holding on to it like, but I was taught that. I'm like, by who?
Like my grandmother with aloe vera, like literally.
Question it.
We've been using it for thousands of years. Who's been using it for thousands of years?
Oh, it's that damn my big fat Greek wedding. Put some Windex on it. Windex. Like, well, it worked. You know,
it's ammonia. That makes sense.
Hey, if that gets you people, great. The other portion of them are just like talking in third person, like Dr. Thompson is an expert and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, that's Mormon cozy too. That looks great.
I love that.
Anyways,
want to sit down with that one.
Okay, so we're gonna jump right into our emails here, but first let's do some quick social media indexing. Okay. So hot honey Dubai chocolate flavored SSRI microdose matcha protein infused GLP-1 suppositories featuring Ludacris. So there you go. That should hit all the trending hashtags.
If this outperforms the rest of our videos, I'm going to be very upset because that is so AI coded.
Oh, narcissist, no content, no contact. There we go. Let's see what else.
Ghosting.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of like hashtag therapy Jeff.
Oh, what is the ones that we commonly get hit with? It's crazy questions. It's a
bad time to be a therapist on the internet.
Yeah, the Google suggestions come from weird out of the wall questions, and I'm like, why are we getting suggested for this?
Who's asking that?
It's wild.
You're going to do the first email, right? We have 3 email submissions this week. Nobody wanted to put their voice to this, so I get it.
Well, also we were a little busy, so this is kind of.
It's been crazy.
This is coming together.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go through this. We'll get it done. Our first email comes from...
What you actually tuned into this podcast for, folks.
You guys want some advice? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Akila? Aklina? How do you say that name?
I think that's Akila.
That is not an Akila. There's no Y in there. It's ridiculous, Akila. Okay, so Akila sends an email. It says, I've been with my boyfriend for over a year now. We both have kids from our previous marriages. Mazel tov.
Okay.
Thanks for procreating, keeping the population up. His kid's birthday just came up, and I really wanted to give his kids gifts, as I do for my own.
Nice.
I got the gifts, and his kids were very appreciative, but I got the feeling I messed up somehow. Okay?
Huh.
You did your best.
Yeah.
You did your best. Here's what I've been able to think of. First, I didn't write anything aside from happy birthday on his card. They're kids. If that's what you're getting the vibe from, that's weird.
Yeah.
Second, I left it at his house for them to find as opposed to handing it directly to them or watching them open it. That can be fun. But this was an intentional choice, so I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Oh.
Okay.
I mean, you know, step parenting can be hard.
It sounds like she was thinking like, I'll let them open it when and how they want to. So if they don't like it, they don't have to like fake in front of me. Like,
it seems like something I would do. It seems very avoidant.
Or respectful.
Just so we're on the same page, I definitely bury presents in my partner's houses and just wait for him to figure it out. Like, it could be 3 months.
It's like no big deal.
Yeah, just, it's no big deal.
I just got that for you.
Yeah, she needed it for like 6 months and she finally found it. Be like, it's kind of been sitting there this whole time. I was waiting for you to have the need to go get it.
Is that a test to see like how...
have
you seen that on socials?
Not. No.
People will hide something like under like the men's bottle of like 3-in-1 body wash or whatever in the shower just to see how often they clean their shower or actually wash themselves. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of videos like that.
I do not do it for that reason. Just so we're on the same page. Okay. Third, I'm worried I created a precedent and now they'll be expecting gifts going forward, even though my boyfriend assures me that there's no precedent and I should not worry about it or should not whatever I want. I should do whatever I want. There it is.
Okay.
I found it out.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You're doing great.
There's no expectation. Like the kids don't have an expectation of getting gifts on their birthdays or just from you.
I was going to say, I think he just means from her.
Well, we had what?
Because they've
Jehovah's
only been together
Witnesses.
a year?
Yeah, we had Jehovah's Witnesses in school. Like they didn't get anything. They didn't have birthday parties.
That's true. But you would think after a year, she would know if they're Jehovah's Witnesses or not.
I mean, but if they are, and she's giving like hiding gifts, I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, then that is a little crazy.
That's a little more sinister. There's some information that I still need out of this.
However, if I was dating someone who was Jehovah's Witness and had kids, and I, however, wanted to get them something, I might just hide it in the rooms.
I would.
That way I'm not violating their, then it's just a gift, not celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, but it's fine to give them gifts on days that aren't their birthday.
Right, which is
so you could just
why
wait
I
a day
it.
or do it before.
And then when they come out, I'm like, where'd this come from? Like, oh, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, it's fair. Okay. Lastly, I'm a little worried about coming off as manipulative.
Okay.
Oh, there was absolutely no manipulation planned on my part.
Okay.
As his kids already like me, but it's still nagging in the back of my head and I can't shake the feeling. This is some woman, like
just
internal shit.
Yeah.
I know this is a lot, but since this is my first relationship after 2 decades of marriage, yikes.
And there it is.
Yep.
Keep going.
And my first time dating, my marriage was arranged. There it is. Okay. I'm second guessing everything now. Yeah, that's true because you didn't have to go through this. Any insights would be greatly appreciated. I support your ballsiness because that's a lot to take on in one shot.
Yeah.
Kids.
Two
dating.
sets of kids because she's got kids and he's got kids. So we're talking like basically blended family stuff.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. Okay.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, kind of like towards what you were hinting to, like I looking.
Hinting. I don't put like full sentences together. I wasn't hinting towards anything.
I'm psychic. I can pick up on the
let's
Sid
go.
vibes.
Let's
okay.
go.
This is definitely someone in their own head.
Right.
Right. Even the whole, I think I got the feeling I messed up somehow. I think that's her. I mean, like respectfully, Akila, I think this is probably like some leftovers with yourself that maybe even was a dynamic in your previous relationship. Like you would give a gift and then you would get told something was wrong with it or that you didn't get the right gift or something like that. So there might be a little bit of like a kind of a repeated trauma pattern here that she's not really connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Okay. The idea that I'm going to give a gift and then all of a sudden afterwards be hit with this, oh no, I think I fucked up feeling like,
that's a lot.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's
like
a lot.
That's not most people.
Right.
So I think that's
something's happened.
Something's happened. Right. So I definitely do hinge a lot of it on, like she's saying, like, this is my first relationship after 2 decades of marriage. She's also never had to get to, I wouldn't imagine, kind of like make friends as a co-parent of sorts with somebody else's kids. You might have like extended family members, you might have young cousins, you might have nieces and nephews, but it's different when you're kind of like on the same level supposedly as their parent. And you're supposed to be acting in a way as a parent.
As an authority figure?
Not authority. I wasn't really going there because there's other sides of parenting besides just authoritarianism. There's also caring and observing and offering
Trust.
stimulation. Support, all kinds of other things, right? So she's in the realm of trying to show care and support as a parent. Now, she may also be doing some of the other things.
Right.
She might be offering some at a year. I don't know. I don't know how embedded they are. We don't know if they're living together. That'd be wild if you're living together at the year mark and there's kids involved. That might be a little weird. But also, this might be the first time that they're getting a gift from someone that their dad is dating. We don't know that either.
Yeah, we don't know how long he's been dating.
So some of this may be based on feedback from the dad and the kids. And some people, I'm just going to say, regardless of history, sometimes aren't that great at actually receiving gifts.
this guy.
Especially from people that they kind of like maybe don't fully know yet or something like that, right? But sometimes also just from people that they do actually know. Like they don't have over the top kind of reactions, right? They may downplay it. They may be unsure about it. That doesn't mean that they don't like it or you did something bad. I guess what I'm saying is keep in mind this is a new space for everyone, not just you. But you really should take a look at this immediate pathway towards I did something bad, right? To me, that's the thing that points back to like, hey, honey, you probably have some inner stuff you need to work out concerning that kind of process. And if there has been a history there with past partners that have put you in that mindset, then that's probably some, kind of like processing work you need to do. But if it's based on I'm just a bad person and maybe that's older even than partners, then that's a different thing that you need to kind of like pour some energy into. So to me, I think my advice with this would be don't do anything. Don't belabor the point. Don't talk about it again. If your boyfriend said everything's fine, take that and then you work with yourself internally, right? Asking for more reassurance on this point, maybe from the boyfriend, you might do a little bit more of that. He may be able to stomach a little bit more reassurance giving.
Yeah, probably.
But you definitely don't. What you don't want to do is look for reassurance from the kids. You don't need to place it or position it in a way that the kid's behavior needs to validate what you did with your behavior. Okay. And I would say that probably regardless of the age of the kids, because like kids as a broad spectrum, they really don't know how to kind of be good humans just yet. They don't really understand sometimes the complexities of people's feelings and how they act and politeness and all that kind of stuff, And if you want to nurture a bond with them, and if you truly want it to be just about giving a gift, you can't ask for them to caretake your feelings on the back end.
It's true.
That's my big advice there as like step parent, co-parent kind of thing, right? Like it really just needs to be like unidirectional. Like I just give this to you and there we go.
You do what you can with it.
Right, exactly.
It also wasn't given as a team. So it's like the dad's input is kind of like.
Yes. Yeah, just kind of there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Also, she wasn't there to witness their response.
So she didn't even get the satisfaction from it.
So she really doesn't know how it went, And afterwards, to expect a kid, like a day, a week, 2 weeks later to run out and be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, probably not going to happen, No,
the best you can get is seeing him play with it all the time.
Or just like, yeah, thanks. Or tell her I said thank you.
Right.
So it's going to feel overwhelming kind of because of the setup. Like I understand the setup, but I don't think that that's a bad thing. And hopefully maybe like going forward, you can play with like what it looks like if you do it in person. And then you can see, how that goes as a contrast. So there you go. That's my insight on that one. And I think I have the next one, right?
It's all you.
Okay, cool. Let me get myself ready. Okay. This next email, by the way, today we're skipping the product reviews and the research because we took up so much time at the top of the
Too much
professional yapper at the start. This next email comes to us from Abby. All right. I know you talk a lot about dating, so I wanted to get your opinion on this guy I was dating. Was dating. Okay. I'm 30 and I matched a while back with a guy my age who said he was child-free. I'm honestly on the fence myself, but mostly for financial reasons. I make $110,000 a year, which doesn't feel enough for me even as a single person.
Feel that.
And I have a lack of family support. I don't know if future kids would have it as good as or better than I have, or even the same quality of life.
They won't.
The future feels bleak with AI, and I wish I felt more optimistic about it.
Don't blame AI.
You know what that tells me?
It's the economy. It's not AI.
That tells me that probably she works in a field that maybe is getting impacted heavily by AI.
I mean,
and not in a positive way.
I mean, 110,000. There's not a lot you can do.
Like, what if she's a copywriter? Right?
Have you read what AI copyrights?
Yeah. And
she's got a safe job.
And some people are rolling with it.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. The whole thing felt odd because when we first matched, I asked him more about being child-free. I asked if money, time, and logistics were no issue, would he still not want kids? Like if he were a billionaire and could outsource childcare, etc.
Okay.
He said yes, he still wouldn't want them because he doesn't want to put hobbies or work on the back burner, and he likes a peaceful life free from distractions.
If unicorns were horses, would you still ride them? Like, okay.
Which, fair enough, honesty is good, but I couldn't help thinking he's a man, so he'd never have to physically go through pregnancy or childbirth in the first place. That's
a little diminishing.
I'm not really sure what she's trying to say there, other than like, having kids for you is not going to be as big of a deal as it's going to be for me.
Yeah, why do you
female.
care so much? Right.
Well, but okay. But he will still supposedly live in the house with them, right? I mean,
are we Three's companying this? Like, what's happening?
I didn't respond after that because the whole vibe just fell off to me. Then months later, he reached back out asking if I was available for dinner. What confused me was this guy seemed very interested anyway. He kept asking me out over text even when I ignored him. Then once he realized I lived in the Dallas suburbs, he suddenly balked like it was some impossible distance and said I live too far, even though the place I suggested we meet at is a max of 45 minutes, max
45 minutes
from the city during rush hour.
That's 30 miles, just so anybody outside of Dallas, that's 30 miles.
I thought he was a freak and blocked him. So was I right?
Wild.
Am I right to think it's weird for a 30-year-old man to never want kids?
That took a turn. No. You are weird.
So what do you think's going on here? What do you think?
It sounds like she wants to have a kid and she just doesn't want to admit to herself that she's interested in having kids.
I don't think that's not my take on it. My take on it is she's still stuck with this like traditional idea that if someone loves you, that they should want to have a baby with you.
I've had this conversation many times in my life.
And it's some kind of validation thing. And here's the thing, like she even states like, here's all the reasons that I'm not like, I don't make
really
enough and I have no support.
Right.
But she wants to hear from him that, yeah, if I met the right woman, I'd want to have a baby, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's so much of this is like unrealistic. Even the part where she goes, like, if you were a billionaire and could outsource childcare, etc. Like she's taken it down to bare, because by asking that question, she's saying, if you could just donate sperm and then do nothing, would you still want to have kids? And he's like, no. So again,
his answer is no.
So again, though, it comes down to, but why wouldn't you want to have them with me or with another woman? And the idea, and what kills me about this is there's so many women out there who are coming to the understanding that so many men think about wanting to have kids the way that they think a kid thinks about wanting to have a dog.
Facts.
Like it's very masculine to father children,
sire children,
but not to actually parent those children. Right. And so she wants this hyper masculine man that wants to like procreate. And she's saying like, but if we took all the involvement down for you, basically. And what the part about the billionaire, the reason that one's important.
Yeah. If you were Elon Musk, wouldn't you want to have 19 children, 20 children? Replacement theory is the thing, right?
Because he's doing it for great reasons.
Yeah. He's not,
and all
not
of his
participating
kids are
at all.
So happy and well cared for.
And he's definitely having those kids the traditional way.
I've heard bad things about that setup. Like real bad.
I've heard it's
but
like horse breeding.
Yeah, exactly. Because his junk is weird.
Okay, we're not gonna, allegedly. He has enough money to sue us.
Sorry, Elon.
And hear this.
Sorry, Elon. Anyways, yeah, there's probably some web crawler bot that's just like pulling everything.
Pull it all.
That says like Elon plus penis, and it's just like
just
pulling all the internet data points out there from it. No, but the billionaire point takes it down to even if like providing for a child
was out of the
really
question.
Didn't hurt you.
Right.
Like you could do it, but it was no impact.
What if you had
so
nothing to do with the child?
Yeah.
Would you still wouldn't want a child with me?
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's
weird.
What's so crazy about. So she's kind of like a victim of this patriarchal thinking.
I've had this conversation many times in my life.
Really? With women? Why?
Because I haven't wanted children my entire life.
And so it always
and they
becomes
get
this
very offended that you don't want to have children with them.
Because why do you think that is? What with the people that you've had this conversation with? What's the vibe?
Because they don't think that I think they're extraordinary or out of this world.
Exactly.
And I was like, this has nothing to do with that at all.
This is the ultimate pick me energy.
Oh, for sure.
I've been chosen to be a carrier for this man's parasite.
I mean, hence
like it's romanticized to the point that it's absurd and not actually romantic.
Also, how far are the standards falling for men that we're just kind of like even presenting the option on $110,000 salary? What if you didn't have to do anything?
Yeah.
You still wouldn't want to have kids? I'm like,
what are you doing? Yeah.
You're literally just setting it up.
Yeah. That's almost like a man saying, so like, what if I could like anesthetize your butthole and then would you want to have anal? And she's like, no.
What if I knocked you out for weeks?
Anything going in there.
All the healing.
By the way, last week I had to have 2 conversations with 2 separate men who had never heard of the CNN Rape Academy article.
What do you mean?
And that's like months old by now.
What do you mean they haven't heard of it?
Hadn't heard of it. News to them. Absolutely news to them. Even one of them, and this is how I clocked him, when I said, it's a CNN article, you can read it. He goes,
like, CNN.
Yes, exactly. That was exactly it. I was like, oh.
Wait, why is it not a Fox News article?
Well, gee, I wonder
why. They're not talking about it on Fox News?
No, what a shock. Most of their viewers would be happy to see their name on the roll, probably.
I mean, there are people that have been arrested in other countries for this action.
I know.
This is a very,
that was another
very
thing.
Common, but it is a thing that does happen.
That was another thing. When I was talking to Mr. I don't like CNN, I said, well, it's like the Giselle Pellico case. And he goes, what? And I'm like, ooh. I'm going to shake you.
Yikes.
Like a baby.
So we're not getting any information out.
What? Do we live in a different country? Do we have different news sources?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So yeah, you were right to block him. Period. I mean, you two do not align at all. If you've got a romantic notion about having babies, let this man go.
Also, figure out where you are on having babies, because it doesn't sound like you know where you are.
I don't think so. And I don't think you're wanting to have them for the right reasons. You should not want to have them as proof of love. You should want to have them because you're interested in raising an adult who will go out into this world and create a life that you are not a part of.
Unless they have $1 billion.
No. No, because then you'll just be a single... what do they call it?
$1.5 million a month.
A married single mom.
Yeah, you will.
That's what you'll be. Okay.
You'll get to bring him to him on the birthdays. You'll never have to see him. He just cuts you a check every month.
And you probably won't be okay with it. You'll be sad and wondering why he doesn't love you and doesn't care about your kid. And
you might not be able to get remarried for sure.
Yeah, and then you'll get mad when he cheats. It'll be great.
They are golden handcuffs for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't think it's right for you to think he's weird. I would just say, hey, call it a draw. This is a mismatch. Walk away, period. But I will say this, him trying to spin the block on you, that says something very specific about this man. That makes him, that to me, you can tell me what you think, but him trying to come back and go, hey, but let's go out for dinner, blah, blah, blah. That's like him going, I'm going to ignore this weird push that you put on me to try to have babies and just try to take what I want to have with you. So again, stay blocked and blessed, baby. Let that one go.
Avoid that.
You go. Neither of you are good for one another. And let's just call that a draw. And God bless with your dating journey.
God bless with your children journey. Hope you figure it out.
What? All right. Great. You got the next one.
All right. Next one's up. All right. So third email is Amy. All right. Let's get through this.
Okay.
Hi, I'm sorry I don't want my voice on the show. Ridiculous. Come on, we love hearing voices.
Come on, Amy.
And please don't use my real name.
Oh.
So Chris is on the line. I hope this is okay. I just really need advice on what to do with my boyfriend. Okay. Well, that's what we're here for. Let's have fun.
What to do with him?
I have noticed that my boyfriend is not as interested in sex anymore. He does not do any foreplay on me before we have sex, and it has been like for months.
I don't like how she said foreplay on me, but okay.
You got it. We have been together for 2 years, and in the beginning, sex was impulsive, fun, exciting, and now it's just honestly boring. Tracks. He never touches my vagina. Tracks. He does not go down on me. Tracks. Yikes.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what to do. I've brought it up to him, and he said that he will try to do more foreplay, and literally nothing has happened since that conversation about a month ago.
2 years, and we had this conversation a month ago. Okay, got it.
All right, so that's pretty good. All right, when he was in the mood, I will suck his dick.
Oh.
Then spit on my own vagina because I'm not even turned on, and then just get on top of him, and the sex stops as soon as he comes.
Honey.
He never tries to take off any of my clothes.
Honey, this is self-harm.
You're full clothed?
Oof.
You're living it.
Oof.
Ugh. I honestly am so upset over this. For what it takes for me to feel like I am disgusting, and for two, it makes me, for one, it makes me feel disgusting, and for two, it makes me feel like he doesn't even want me, or he's not attracted to me.
Right.
I mean, he hasn't put a bag on your head, so...
Close.
Nah, he's not taking off your clothes. He compliments me all the time, so I'm just very confused. Also, it makes me feel like he doesn't view me as a real human being who wants to experience pleasure too. I've brought this up to him, and literally nothing has happened. Honestly, I've been considering if he's in the closet, because I really don't understand. I'm young. We're both in our early 20s and attractive, and I know that I deserve someone who wants me to feel good too. Please tell me what I should do. Thank you.
Okay.
Are they married? Didn't say they're...
Boyfriend.
Just boyfriend, right?
2 years.
Not even engaged.
No. Yeah.
That's a lot to deal with that early.
So what do you think? You want to take a first crack at this?
I think he's watching manosphere content, and I think he's watching too much porn.
Too much porn?
Yep.
But not even trying to recreate the porn?
No.
Okay.
I think he's watching too much porn. I think the porn is instructing what he actually does, and also the manosphere is instructing what he does, because they say that going down on women is weak.
But okay, hold on. So she describes this as impulsive, fun, and exciting.
That was in the beginning.
Yeah.
So now he's been listening to Marvin and all the fucking guys, Joe Rogan and all the other boys that are like, ugh, yucky vaginas.
Okay.
But we love women.
Yeah.
We love big titties, but we don't like vaginas.
Sure,
right.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So okay. That's one take. Might be the case. Is that relevant?
No, not in this. Absolutely not. You need to run. It's only been 2 years. Cut your losses. Because you've brought it up. You've done everything you were supposed to do. She literally brought up many times, very openly, very honestly.
Sure.
He said that he would do these things, and he's not doing. He's not making any effort to change.
That's true. Okay, so so first of all, the first thing you got to do is you've got to stop providing him penis stimulation. I'm not even going to call it sex. Like it's literally just like he only cares what's happening to the head of his dick, which is sad. Like you're functioning as a fleshlight right about now. So you got to cut that off immediately, because that's when I said a second ago, like that's self-harm. Like it really is. Like you are harming yourself mentally and emotionally by doing this to keep this relationship going that is harming you. Right. So you got to stop putting that service in, first of all. Second of all, I would say that the switch up between like what happened in the beginning and what happens now, super common. Some people have a big switch up. Some people don't, right? I've even heard from some women, he's doing exactly the same things and even, foreplay and oral and things like that, but it's not working for me. I feel bored. Mm-hmm. It's, like women will get habituated to the same thing like pretty quickly sometimes and get bored with sex, right? That's not a green light for men to start trying to spice things up, but I'm just saying. So like that could be.
Have the conversation. You can spice it up all you want. Just talk about it first.
That's exactly right. Don't just like spring something on them in the bedroom. Anyways, so to go back to this, here's the deal. Like what you're seeing now maybe is his true colors.
Sure.
Right? Like how you act in the beginning of a relationship is not as important as how you act in the body of the relationship, right? And if somebody has that big of a switch up for whatever reason, if it is manosphere content, if it is porn, if it's insecurities, work.
He could be stressed. He could have put on 20 pounds,
have
30
you ever
pounds.
Been,
yeah.
I shouldn't ask you that.
Hell yeah.
I shouldn't ask you that.
I'm an avoidant to the bone.
You're always going to say that. I don't know a lot of men. Let me try it that way. I don't know a lot of men that are too stressed out at work to give oral. I'm just saying, especially not if they love it.
That's a fact.
Okay. There are two types of men. Anyways, it makes me think of that meme with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson with the ice cream, and one's like barely like, and the other was like, with it.
It's too much.
Anyway, okay. So here's what I would do. Number one, you're 20. You've been together a short amount of time. Hopefully, you don't live together. I'd break it off. But here's what I would do before I break it off. I would look this man in the face and I would tell him, I'm breaking up with you, and here's why. I have told you repeatedly how I feel and what I need, and you are not doing it. I don't know why, and frankly, I don't care anymore. This is not my problem to fix in you. Period. I'm out. If you do not care enough about me to want to try to do something different, challenge yourself, change whatever you need to change, whatever, which by your actions, you have not shown me that, then what you have shown me is that you are not the right person for me. Because what really matters here, sweetheart, is do you care about what you need? Not does he care. Ultimately, do you care? Do you love yourself enough to say, I'm not going to accept this from a partner? You cannot expect your partner to love you more than you love you, especially not in this situation. Because clearly, whatever's happening, for whatever reason, he is prioritizing his own comfort and convenience over anything that challenges him to prioritize you. And that's where, when she says, I feel like he doesn't even see me as a person who's deserving of feeling pleasure. Bitch, you're right. He does not. You. Exactly. Per your actions, you have shown me. So listen carefully to what I'm saying. And this goes for anybody. This is not a discussion. This is now a notification. This is an exit interview where you're telling him, this is what you have done. This is not how you make me feel. I'm not leaving room for him to all try, or it's no. You have, beyond a shadow of a doubt, shown me this thing about you, which now cancels you out as a partner for me. And then you walk the hell away. And there's no more phone calls. There's no more follow-up. There's no, I'm going to try. Have I ever explained first order change, second order change?
No.
Okay. So a lot of times with my couples, there will be one person in the couple who wants something to change. I want you to do the dishes more. Yeah, I'll remember to do them. I'll put in more effort, right? And for like a week or two, like they'll put in effort, right? But their progress kind of looks like this. And so we keep having to have this talk about like, hey, you said you do the dishes. You fell off. You haven't done them for a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, I'll try again, kind of thing. That happens when someone is just doing something to please the other person. It's not tied to a personal ethic, right? It's not really motivated by their sense of self. If it's motivated by their sense of self, you will more or less see a linear execution of that new behavior, right? So if I, as your partner, feel like I want to be the best partner to you, that is my goal. That is part of like my mission statement in life about who I am. Therefore, when you say, can you do the dishes? Yes, honey, I will do that because I need to believe I am a good partner to you. You will see this kind of progress. When I'm just doing it to shut you up or to make you happy or so that I can have a better relationship with you, the progress goes like this because it's not tied to a personal belief. Right. So this guy does not have a value statement in his head about being a fucking Casanova. He does not care about how happy sexually his partner is. That is not part of what makes his ego function, right? Wild, exactly. If I heard that my partner was unsatisfied sexually, I would turn my goddamn brain inside out to figure out what I need to do, because I have it built in my sense of self that I want to be that person for you. I want to be the person who listens, cares, and figures out how to meet you in a space.
She wants it so much she made it a profession.
That's right. Side note, I do not have sex with my clients, just so we're aware. But
I'm more talking about your relationship.
The relationships, yes. But anyways, that's why I'm saying you cannot listen anymore to the I'll tries. You've heard it. It will not change. It will do this. And you will keep having to have that conversation and getting nowhere. Okay? So you need to notify him. If you have any kind of like care left for him, like you want him to have a good life potentially, then you need to factually say, this is what you have done. Again, not I feel, or it seems like to me, none of that soft feminine language. You have shown me that you are this type of person through your actions. Therefore, I am leaving. He needs to feel the pain, and he needs it to be concrete. If this man's going to take any kind of lesson from this breakup and roll it forward in a positive way, and you are doing good work for the woman that's going to follow behind you, if you slap him hard enough that he wakes up and changes for the next person.
True.
But you cannot hold on to this one any longer. And step one of that is to stop giving him sex. Period. If you can't just pull the trigger today on the breakup, at least lay off the making it happen for him, and then watch what happens. And then that's another question, right? Watch what happens if you take his sexual pleasure away. Probably nothing good, right? Like, he's probably not going to be a fun-loving partner then.
Maybe he'll start doing the dishes.
Maybe. That's gross. Don't say that. I hope they're not living together.
I bet they are.
I hope
2 years.
Not sharing space.
I bet they are.
Honey.
Young people cannot live independently.
Say it ain't so. God damn. I'd rather be in a
hobo box.
Well, no, I was going to say like a lavender roommate kind of situation.
100%. Lavender roommates definitely need to be
Give me two
back.
gay men and we'll just share a flat together. That'd be fine.
You think that? Well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't be offended about walking in on something.
I would not. I'd be like, oh, my bad. Bye-bye. Okay. So that's pretty much it for our last episode with Between Sessions.
Yep.
Womp womp.
You going to do the outro with Between Sessions, or are you going to change it?
No, I already changed it.
Love it.
So here we go. All right. Big thanks for all of our submissions today. If you have any questions or stories you'd like to share on the show, please email us at lovewildershow@gmail.com. Or you can submit it through the website. Or you can hit up the 24/7 hotline at 682-422-7732. Again, that's 682-422-7732. There are many ways to reach out and touch us, and I hope you do. Please touch us. Please subscribe, like, and follow us on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. We are all at Love Wilder Show on all those platforms. Check out the website, lovewilder.net, to sign up and get on our mailing list. I've got 2 freebies on there, by the way, to give away if you'd like to check that out. Again, that's lovewilder.net. Get on the mailing list to stay updated on any local special events. We're also going to start doing some live events.
Love.
Big thanks to our sponsors, Ritual Hair Co. in Dallas and Private Room Supplements for all your sexual wellness needs. I'll see you next session. All right, now get out.